Hello and welcome to another episode of Pub Suds and Grubs presents
The Speakeasy. We're easy speaking easy.
And John is easy.
And I'm easy.
Yes.
Very easy.
And I like to talk. So here we are, and that's why we do this, right?
Our second week in November. The year is flying by.
Yes. And why is today a special day, which we're going to get into in a minute?
It's election day.
It's election day.
It's a day off for, not me, but the kids.
Yes. Why is that? Yeah, I wonder why some people have days off.
Because they got to vote in school. I don't know why.
Oh, that's right. I guess that makes sense.
The kids have off because that's where
by
they vote,
us, I don't know how it is across the country, but by us, the votes happened at the schools.
Yeah, the votes happen at the school.
Yeah, so I guess that's probably a good thing.
And then there's teacher conventions on Thursday and Friday in New Jersey. So instead of just having one day on, one day off, one day on, 2 days off, they just give the kids the whole week off. At least in my district. I don't know where they do it.
Yeah, I guess it's different everywhere. But
Yeah.
but I am thirsty, John.
I am thirsty, and we got a cool thing. Look, we're matching today.
Yes, we both came prepared for this.
Yeah.
We knew we were going to jump into
Drowned Lands Brewery.
Yes.
Once again, we've done it before, and we are doing it again
And
because
we are
we
back.
really like it.
Yes, these guys, I mean, they're doing some cool stuff over there, too.
Very different brewery. It's
yeah.
a very different place because there's
Nice
so many
spot.
options.
Yeah, gorgeous spot.
Yes.
And the staff there are awesome. They're all like
Yes.
so chill, you know,
Yes.
between the bartenders and everyone helping out over there. And
I guess it's a more, what would you call it? It's like a more modern type of brewery.
yeah.
It's not like your old school warehouse.
Well, they're
type
keeping
of
up with the
brewery.
times too. There's some funky stuff over there, man. What do we
Yeah,
have? Those
yeah.
milk tubes.
We had milk tubes for the first time.
Yeah.
Our dealer, Dom, introduced us to milk tubes.
Yes.
And basically,
our
it
beer
is
dealer.
our beer dealer, yeah, not our drug dealer. We don't do drugs. It's basically what I remember her saying. It was a pilsner, but the pressure is really low or high.
Yes,
on the...
it's something. They're getting a lot of that creamy foam on the top
Yes.
there, which I'm going to be honest with you. That's been going on for some time. Like
well,
you
they're
get companies.
making money on foam.
Yes, well,
what you gotta do to make some
Pilsner
money.
Urquell has been doing this for hundreds of years. You know,
Okay.
where they can actually give you a pre-meal drink, a during the meal drink, and a dessert drink,
Right.
all from the same thing, and it just all contingent on how much head they're putting on it.
Gotcha.
But they do it a little bit different there. They're doing it as shooters.
They give a lot of head there.
Yes, they give a lot of head.
Yes, I
And
love
it's
the head.
fantastic.
It's great.
But they're doing them as shooters
Yeah,
almost.
so you
in a
get
way.
that much beer and like that much foam and a skinny.
I couldn't do
glass.
it. I couldn't down it because all the foam was ending up in my face, and I'm like, this just doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to read if the correct way to do that is. I don't know if you're really supposed to down it like that. I
Well,
think it's.
I will tell you, we're not gonna like lie. This was a few weeks ago.
Yes.
Right? I've been there since,
Yes.
and I asked the girl if they had any milk tubes.
You
And
asked the girl?
I asked the girl,
Oh, hope she's okay.
and she's all right. And she was very excited that I asked her, and then she started to give me instructions, and I'm like, all right, I was here a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And she's like, and then she sat there and she like clapped. And she's like, go, chug, go,
Really?
go. And I'm like, everybody's staring at me, and I'm like, ugh. And I think everybody was like, you just paid $5 for a phone? Look at this fucking guy. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But yeah, there was like instructions. That's what she said. She goes, you have to shoot it, and you have to shoot it fast.
I don't know. That is new to me. I think that a lot of that flavor, and the point of it is a lot of that flavor is supposed to be in the foam itself, where you might get a little bit more of that sweetness. You might get a little bit more of that texture. I don't know. And listen, hey, if I'm wrong, Drowned Lands,
Send us a message.
Yeah, let me know. Yeah, because I feel like it's not intended to be shot.
And we're not talking bad though. I thought it was a pretty cool thing.
Oh, no matter what, we'll do what you guys. You know,
it's awesome.
we'll play along. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
that's
And
no big
when we
deal.
went, it wasn't crowded, so like the
Yes.
bar staff was around
Yes.
with us, and it was
Yes.
very cool.
Well, let's get to this beer, and I'm going to talk a
Yeah.
little bit more on that.
And so this is a pale ale that you picked up while we were there.
Yes, I've been doing pale ales.
Yeah, and it's called
lower ABV.
Lower ABV, 5.1.
Yeah,
And it's called Sapling.
which makes sense. A sapling, maybe less alcohol.
Maybe, I guess
I don't
that
know.
makes sense.
Well, cheers, John.
Cheers to you,
And
sir.
we got to make sure to vote too, people, and we're going to get talking about that in a little bit.
Very good.
How crushable is that, dude? I mean,
That's
how?
so good.
I mean, you could just pound these back.
Some breweries or some pale ales that I've had in the past they could be bitter or not.
Yeah.
I don't know. This one is very, very flavorful. Very, very easy to drink.
For 5.1? Is that what you said? It's like...
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, you
LJ,
may.
only because you're smarter than me and you know more about this stuff than I do.
I may.
What's
I
the
don't know.
difference between a session and a pale ale?
I always put it as the amount of alcohol,
Because the session's always what, between like 5 and 6?
Well, it depends, because I've seen like Tin Barn do a session that was like 6%. So
was it?
Yeah. So I don't know exactly. Okay. So no, maybe I'm not as smart as you thought.
I just think when I think pale ale, I'm like session. I'm like, I just think it's the step below. It's almost like the single A, baseball before you get to the major leagues of the IPA, the 6 to 8s.
Well, yeah, you look at pale ales like Sierra Nevada has their pale ale,
right.
know.
It don't taste like this though.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm assuming it's something in the process. That's what it's safe to assume.
I thought I'd ask.
And it's going to always be a little bit less in alcohol. So
if anybody knows, please comment and let us know.
Yeah, let us know. We're not 100% on that.
No, I'm not a smart man.
But on that note, though,
we were there.
And we weren't driving at all.
Uber.
Just to let you guys know, we were pretty buzzed by then.
Yeah, you can tell in this clip that we took.
Yes. We actually did a clip of this and of us there, and we
made a new friend.
We made a new friend.
Yes.
Melissa, the beer girl.
Melissa, I believe she's beergirl_Melissa on Instagram.
Yes, and
she's got a lot of followers.
Yeah,
she's popular in the beer community.
She's very popular in the beer community.
Sweet girl,
well respected, very nice. Yes. We had a good time.
We had a lot of laughs with her.
Had met her through our beer guy who has met her. Dom knows everyone. He knows everyone. Any time we go to like a different brewery, he's like, "Oh, hey, Ralph."
Yeah, and I will say, shout out to Dom because when he walked in there, he was like a celebrity. It's like everybody stopped, and it was like Norm.
Wasn't sure if he paid for drinks either. He was kind of like a
No, thanks Dom for showing us a great time at Drowned Lands that day.
Yes.
I felt like a celebrity being with him,
and introducing us to Melissa as well because she had a blast with us and we had a good time.
I guess he reached out to her because he said we're doing an upstate thing, and I know she's always there. She's a fun person to hang out with. He's like, let's meet up and.
Yes, I think her husband has a hand in Beer World too, which is a very popular beer store.
Beer store, yeah,
up there. We don't get them in Jersey, but yes,
wish we did.
Which is pretty cool too as well. Because Beer World, I've been going to whenever I'm up in that area. I will stop at a Beer World. They have an amazing, huge selection of beer. So,
and she was kind enough to film a little clip with us. And like Ken said. Warning, we were a little buzzed while we were filming it.
Yes.
And you might be able to tell. But
you will be able to tell. It's not a might. You will. But here's that clip for you guys. What's up, guys? It's Ken and John and Melissa.
Hi.
So this is beergirl_Melissa on Instagram. We're here at Drowned Lands Brewery, and we are trying their... I have the Waterway, which is a Pilsner. We were drinking a rice...
The rice lager with lemon.
With lemon.
Very unique, very refreshing, very crisp.
Yes.
Place is very cool.
Awesome
Check it out in Warwick, New York. So let's give this a try.
Yeah, absolutely. Cheers.
Cheers.
And nice meeting you, Melissa.
I feel like I've known you my whole life.
This is delicious. We've done Drowned Lands on the podcast before. We're here now. Try it out. If you're ever in the Warwick area, try Drowned Lands Brewery. It's delicious. There's so much room. There's an outside, there's an inside, there's food trucks, there's music. Check them out on Instagram. Check out Melissa on Instagram. What is it?
Beergirl_Melissa, and if you're in the area, let me know because I will come and meet you like I did these boys today.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks so much.
Yes. Thanks for checking us out and check out Drowned Lands.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, dude, that was such a fun time, man. I mean,
it was good.
It was wild.
It was a very nice
and
feeling.
hopefully, and Melissa, we apologize if we kind of made asses out of ourselves, but
I don't think we made asses out of ourselves. I just think when we filmed the brewery, it was more. That was a nice ceiling.
Yeah.
That was fun. We had a good time. And we like doing clips.
And we were happy to share that with you, and
we're happy that she came on with us. So shout out to follow beergirl_Melissa on Instagram, and she does a lot of cool stuff.
And she can chug too.
She can chug.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next time we meet up with her, I'm going to ask her what's up with that chugging
What's
thing,
with the
because
chugging?
I don't think I can chug a full craft beer like that. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. God bless.
Yes. Impressive.
Very impressive. Very impressive.
Yes. But this is an awesome beer. Drowned Lands is they are. It doesn't say Drowned Lands on the shirt, by the way.
No, but it is a Drowned Lands shirt,
Drowned
yeah,
Lands
yeah.
shirt. But yes, they are doing things, and they're brave when they're creating some of these things like that. Other breweries may not take that chance and say try. And they have a nice. If you are saying like if you're not an IPA guy, which there are people out there who aren't IPA guys, they have options there.
There's
they have
something
good
for everybody,
pilsners.
yeah.
They have good. Yeah, they have some. They even had a pumpkin one,
Yes, their pumpkin one was
Yeah.
delicious.
Yeah.
And I went to go buy it, and they were all out.
Oh man, yeah. So,
Because that's a popular one.
but check them out, guys.
Yeah, I remember the first time we went there were 4 of us, I believe, and we got everything on the menu.
Yes.
With extra glasses.
Yes.
And there was not one beer that was bad.
Yeah, they were all solid.
We had like a cinnamon
Cool spot.
raisin bread
They
beer.
had
and-
the little food truck out in the back too, which is
Yeah.
good if you want food.
Yeah. When I went a couple weeks ago, there was a wedding there.
Oh,
Yeah.
What's with you going to breweries and weddings?
Weddings, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
There was they have a deck upstairs in the
Yes,
back, and
yeah, cool
the
deck.
wedding was up there. Yeah, it was cool. And they had like the wedding tent with the people making the food. And
Must
then
have been a
they-
small wedding then, because up
Yeah,
there
I don't know.
it's not too big. But.
And it's a cool place to bring the kids because there's a lot of running around they could do outside.
Yeah, there's the whole like area.
Little pond and-
yeah, there's a pond there and lots of grass.
Do you know the background about that place? Like, what are all those buildings there? Like, it looks like an old reformatory.
Yeah,
or an old
it's
boys'
like-
school.
I don't
or
know the
something
story.
like
I don't know. All I know is
There's like a little church on the property.
I don't know. The only story I remember from that day when we were hanging out, as far as history goes, was when we went to that little speakeasy
That
place.
little speakeasy. That was.
What the hell was the name of it? Oh God.
I couldn't even tell you.
Oh, it was a little speakeasy not too far from there.
I feel like when we walked in there, everybody was like, "What are
It
you
was
doing
like
here?"
yeah, it was like in like a trailer looking thing, and there was like an old like prison, or there I don't know if it was an old prison or a current prison or exactly.
That's why I think it was some type of reformatory.
Yeah. We have to comment on that and say update our listeners.
Yeah.
We'll comment on our video that we're this video.
Yeah, once we find out,
and it will mention what the name of it was.
But like we always say before, the Hudson Valley breweries, man, they know how to do it up
Yeah.
there. You know.
Yeah.
They
I
know
mean,
how to have fun. They're not restricted like the New Jersey. We're not saying New Jersey breweries don't. They're just restricted on stuff they can do.
Yes, there's a lot going on in Jersey, which makes things a little bit more difficult for breweries, and so
Yeah, and then you got there's 3 breweries in like a 5-mile radius.
Yeah.
You know, Drowned Lands, Tin Barn, the
Yeah.
new Dubco, which will be in a future episode.
Yes, we're gonna show you guys Dubco. That one's cool.
It's Drowned Lands is really cool. Man.
Yeah,
really cool.
Yeah, awesome. So back to our elections.
Yes, did you vote today, Mr. Sir?
No, not yet.
Okay,
I don't know. We'll see if I will.
there's nobody to vote for.
Yeah. I mean, it is important. I mean, we talk about it sometimes though, and we're like,
Does your vote really count?
does it count? Especially depends where you come. I think for smaller elections like this, it does. More than like presidential.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
I feel like if we were like in a swing state, that'd be one thing,
Well,
but we're not.
we are a blue state.
Yes. So as far as presidential things go, maybe doesn't count as much. As far as governor and Congress and our educators, obviously, that goes into play.
Yeah, I mean, I know 8,704,000 people that voted Republican in the last presidential election, but we didn't win. All my friends.
Oh God, here he
So,
goes.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't know if our vote counts. I don't know. No, I'm just joking. I do vote every time. I
Yeah.
want to make sure I put my votes in and my voice is heard.
Well, you have a hand in politics, though, don't you?
I don't have a hand, sort of say,
In town.
but in my local town, yeah, I am on the. I'm a county committee member, which I represent my district. There's like a 2-block radius. I represent, my party,
Okay.
and yeah. So I am friendly with the politicians and the
Yes.
elected officials
Yes.
of my town, and they're great people doing great things for our town.
Yeah.
And but I am not the type of guy that's gonna vote one way. I might zigzag down. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm a best man for the job.
Well,
type of
yeah.
guy.
Sometimes that's the case, especially with
You
local.
have to be affiliated with a party in order to vote in the primaries and all that.
Yeah.
But I'm a best man for the guy. I really am. I'm a best man for the guy.
Best man for the job.
Best man for the job. I'm glad you. Yeah.
I froze there for a second. I said, wait, what?
I'm a best man for the guy.
I was like, was that supposed to be a clever saying I didn't pick up on? But now, as far as it goes with, I'll be honest with you, John, I am so sick of the advertising. I
Yeah.
am tired of it.
can see
Every
why.
other commercial is vote for this person or vote for that person. Let me ask you, though, how much weight does it hold for you if you were to take either politician and they are in a commercial talking about A, what they're going to do to make things better, or B, ways to bash my opponent?
It weighs more. I want to hear what you're going to do.
Exactly. I
mean-
feel like these commercials nowadays, it's just, this person did this and he voted for this and he did this. And they just, all they do is try to put their opponent down.
Right.
I think we need to focus a little bit more on, okay, this was an issue. This is how we're going to aim to fix it. This is an issue. This is how we're going to aim to fix it.
Yeah.
We got to stop, it's childish. It's kiddish. I understand. It works for some people. And some people are going to be like, oh, he said that. No, I'm not going to vote for him. But, I think, our focus is just got to be on what they can do for us.
I think as a nation and as people, we are a what have you done lately for me
Yeah.
type of people. And I think that the politicians think that if they bash their opponents, that's going to stick with us more than. I mean, honestly, what are
I'm
they
sure
going to do?
there's
and
numbers
say?
for this stuff. Yeah.
I'm sure. What are they going to come in and say? Hey, I'm going to cut your taxes. Everybody says I'm going to cut your
Yes.
taxes. Hey, I'm going to help the schools. Everybody says I'm going to help education. You know what I mean? So they might as well come in and say, well, he didn't last year or
Yes.
4 years ago. He
And
made a
he-
racist comment.
And he
or-
slept with that prostitute.
yeah.
Yes.
Instead of, what have I done for you lately? I've done this, I've done that, and I want to do this and continue to do that.
Yes.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's the wrong way to go
It's
about
too
things.
much. And let me ask you another question though. How do you feel? Do you feel it's like the MLB? There's like, is there a cap on how much you can spend? Like if you're like a Yankees owner to pay for a player, is there a cap on that or not?
Not in baseball.
Not in baseball, exactly.
Right.
So when it comes to politicians, should there be a cap on how much they can use towards advertising? Say you have a guy who's really a great guy for the job, but he doesn't have that money. He doesn't have that
Right.
initial following to produce that kind of money for these kind of advertising.
Right, right.
I mean, granted, you have to advertise. People have to know what you're about. But it's almost like, can someone buy their way in? Look at Ross Perot. I mean, he was rich.
Yeah.
Would he have been in that position if he wasn't rich back in the day?
He was a cute little guy with his little
He
ears.
was with no little ears. Well, yeah. Well, they just kind of stuck out, right? But that was it was Perot, Clinton, and Bush, right? Is that what it was?
Yes, Hillary Clinton. Yes.
No, Bill Clinton.
No, was it? That was the year? Wow, man, time's flying.
Yeah.
I thought it was I don't know. Perot seemed like he was in there every year. I don't know, or every 4 years. Is
No,
that
I
what it was?
think it was Bush, Clinton, and Perot. I'm pretty sure.
I thought he came after.
It would have been Bush going for his second term, which he
Okay.
didn't win. Clinton won.
Clinton won.
And then I think Perot was in that mix too.
Okay, you
Yeah.
could be right. You could be right.
I think. Wow.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah. That would have been what, early 90s or something, right?
Yeah, Clinton came into power in '96.
Yeah. Yeah, so but look at that. He's someone
No, '92 and '96. Yeah, and then George and W took over in 2000.
Yeah, 92 would have been.
92
yes.
and
Yeah,
96.
yeah, because
That was
Reagan was 80,
Billy Boy.
80 to 88 and then 88 to 92 would have been
No,
Bush.
is that right?
Yeah.
When was no HW was after Reagan. Bush the first, Bush the
Yes.
senior.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Oh, it was
talking
Reagan, then Bush the senior, then Clinton, Bush the.
about. I'm not talking about
the
George
younger.
W. I'm talking
Oh
about
my. Okay.
old George Bush.
Old George. Yeah.
Bill Clinton
Yes.
and Ross Perot.
Yes.
I think that's where your confusion.
That's where I'm confused. Yes,
I wasn't talking about his son. Yeah.
That's why I'm confused. Yes,
Yeah. Which is impressive
could
for the Bushes to have a son and a father be presidents within a very short period of time.
I love Bush. We've got Bush. We've got Bush. Remember? Say it. Movie reference. We've got Bush.
Was that Porky's?
No.
Oh.
Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh, yes. When they're watching the video,
Yes, they put the cameras in the sorority.
the dorm.
We've got Bush.
Yes.
The Bushes were great.
Oh, yeah. So
It's like Pliny. We got to call him George the Younger and George the Elder.
Yes, George the yes. I know George W, but what's the other one? George H. I'm not sure.
HW.
Yeah,
HW.
HW. Yeah, Herman Walker.
Herpes, want.
I don't know. So yeah, the elections are coming. Are here.
Yeah, and not to make a joke of it, do vote.
Do vote.
We do say, oh, your vote might not count. No,
Yeah.
your vote. Vote.
Yeah. Vote.
It's
Vote.
the only way for you to really speak your mind is by voting.
Yeah. Yes. Unless you don't want to vote, then you don't have to vote.
You should vote.
John thinks you should vote.
I think you should.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's our right. I mean, we fought for the right to vote. We fought for the right of democracy. I mean,
Yes.
we might as well vote.
Yes.
Vote for me.
See, I have
Vote for Podcast of the Year.
and I'm going
Pub
to say,
Suds and
I'm going to
Grapes
say
Business.
it's been a while since I voted actually, and
Really?
yes, and it's going to sound silly, and you're going to be like you're an idiot, but the reason is, and it's not necessarily political. One of the reasons is New Jersey, our votes, especially big elections. I was always really just voted for big elections. Jersey vote, it doesn't seem like it ever counts. It always goes to the same direction, regardless. But I get called. You're gonna laugh. I get called for jury duty every. I think it's every 3 years on the third year, every time, and I don't know how big a role it does. There's certain things where they will select your name from to pick for jury duty, and one of them being registered voter, and I kind of just recently have said I kind of don't want to be dealing with this anymore because I'm getting sick to being called.
So you
by
don't
jury
vote
duty.
because you don't want to get jury duty.
I want one less thing. They could still call me. Don't get me wrong, but it's one less thing that they can call me from.
A, you're an idiot.
Yes, I knew you were going to say that. But
2, I get called for jury duty every 3 years on the dot.
yes, that's how I am.
And I just got called recently.
Yes.
And it's been 3 years since I last served. October of 2019 was when I finished an 18-month federal grand jury
Yes.
assignment.
Yes, I remember that.
October of 2022. Guess what I got in the mail? I got called for jury duty.
So why am I an idiot?
Because you don't want to vote because of that. All right. I see what you're saying.
I'm sick of it. I am sick of it. I hate being a puppet to the system, and I hate being, like they can just say you have to do this or do that. I think jury duty.
I love jury duty.
I don't.
I'm such a fan.
I don't like being that person to decide. It makes me the whole experience makes me nervous.
Well, there's a difference. Have you ever gotten called for federal or grand jury?
I think I did.
Or is it all that
I
pettit?
did, but they
Petite
messed
pettit?
up. And by the way, if they send you a notice before that 3 years, you can fight it, and they have to drop it if it hasn't reached that 3 year span.
You can.
So
I served grand jury duty for my county years ago, 2016. And when I was done and my 8 weeks were up,
yeah.
I went up to the lady and I said, can I volunteer for another 8 weeks? And she's like, that's not how it works, sir.
So he was lucky. Your job paid for it. Paid.
Oh, yeah, my job.
So
pays for
that's the thing, and not everyone is as fortunate as John is with his job, where he can get away with that. And they pay you what, $5 a day or something like that for
it depends. Federal grand jury, I believe, was 18, or no, federal grand jury was 42.
$42 a day.
I did the grand jury that I did in county. This was, like I said, about 6 years ago. I think it was 18, and then pettit jury, where you just go for the day and you want to see if they put you on a case or not, was $5.
So that's ridiculous, because there's a lot of people who get called, and their job will not pay for that, or
Or you have to give your check, whatever you make,
Yeah.
to your company.
yeah, it's
My belief is The people who are on welfare and unemployment, they're the ones that should be going. Let them go. If you're not, maybe not welfare because they're not the brightest people. Well, I shouldn't say that. My bad. I didn't mean not the brightest, but I mean the less fortunate. Maybe we'll skip that I said that. People who are on unemployment, who cannot find a job, who get a check by our government, maybe they should be the ones that are on jury.
I don't know. I heard that they were trying to make things more inclusive, so they were going to start picking more minorities. I think, and this is no lie.
All right.
For jury duty, and
I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
What could that do?
It's all because a lot of times they might blame, it was all a certain race on the jury, and they're like, that's not fair, So they're trying to, okay, you want us to be inclusive, then we're going to start selecting more of that type.
Shout out to the people on unemployment and welfare. I mean, good for you guys.
Yeah, kudos, to you for.
I work every day.
Get paid for. But do you blame half of them when they were giving out the checks? Can you blame people for that?
If the system's screwed up and you can bend the system to get free shit,
because they'll do it to you in 2 seconds.
All the power to you, because I'd be right with you.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I say. It's like you want to say, they're lazy. No, they're just doing what every average Joe might do. If
I know people who have multiple jobs who make cash money under the table.
Yeah.
That are collecting welfare and getting food stamps, and they make more money than I do getting paid cash, and they're getting food stamps. Hey, all the power to you. If you can bend the system, go for it.
Yeah.
I don't
know. I have mixed emotions towards that, and I have mixed emotions towards vote. That's what I say. I jumped in there. Yes, vote. But I'm not saying you need to vote. I'm just saying it's if you want to be a voice in it, then
if you're a complainer and you have a voice and you have an opinion, you have to vote. If you don't give a shit, then don't vote.
But like John said, I'm an idiot, so
I just wanted to say that.
I have my own personal issue there with having to be forced to serve, when I really don't want to.
All right.
It's like involuntary. I don't want to do it. I don't want to be there. I don't want to do it. I don't want to be that guy.
And they don't care if you want to or don't want to.
Oh, but I told you the tricks in it though. So see, like for me, last time I was there, it was a dog biting case, and they said, Kenneth, what do you like to do in your spare time while I was at the stand or vetting, trying to figure out who they're gonna pick?
Right.
I love my dogs. I'm with my dogs all day. I love them. I'm like, one of them's gonna drop me. If it's defendant, or whatever. I'm like, after I said that, I went a whole speech about how much time I spend with my dogs and how they saved my life through my rough times and this and that. They're like, we'd like to dismiss juror number 7.
Yeah. Well, mine was.
That's me.
Yeah. Like I said, I love grand jury. That's petit jury where you're on a trial. I don't like that.
Yeah.
And when I got called for that years and years ago, it was an employee suing an employer over benefits that they owed them. And I was like, I own a business. I side with them.
Yeah.
Like, dismissed.
Dismissed juror number 4. But yeah. Hey, listen, man. You do you.
If you have an opinion,
yes, if you have a lot of passion about it, and if you're the type to complain a lot about who's running or what happens, probably a good idea to vote.
I don't like the people that complain about their politics and about the way everything's going. Well, did you vote? No, my vote don't count. Well, how do you know your vote don't count?
Yes,
vote. If you have an opinion and you want to talk shit, vote.
Yes.
If you sit back and you could care less,
yes,
don't vote. I don't care.
Yeah.
Right.
But I feel like there's more in your local elections, because you're more personally affected by that. I think.
Like
so.
my personal town, my town or our town, your original
where
town,
I grew
where
up,
you grew
yes,
up,
yeah.
is a blue town.
Our
elected officials now are all red.
Yes.
Because they've stepped up. And they've done what they promised, and they made the town a better town.
You can't just talk the talk, people. You got to walk the walk.
And they're walking the walk.
That's good.
Whereas, the blue came in years ago, and they couldn't walk the walk that they talked. And now they walk.
What the fuck?
And what the fuck? And I wish I had some chalk. My rhymes are tight.
Hey, pass that cork.
Pass that cork.
All right, let's get into our next beer. Beer. Is it a beer, John?
This is not a beer.
It's not a beer. No, wait. Hold on a second here.
Hold on.
Well,
last week we did a cider.
that is true. This
Right?
is true. John feels like he's breaking ground here by bringing some of these beers. He wants us to get to the point where we have a seltzer.
Yes! I was waiting for you to say it. It's going to happen.
We'll see.
Well,
I actually had believe it or not, I had suggested
you
this
did.
one to John. I
he
said,
texted me, he's like, I would be interested in that.
I'm like, that seems too cool not to do it because I was a big
Arizona fan,
Yes.
right? Arizona iced
iced tea.
The to me is the best bottled iced tea in the game.
Yeah.
I prefer them over Snapple, Lipton, Brisk, whatever.
Clinton's? Clinton's was
Stop.
Clinton's was an old school Jersey around here.
In a carton. Rest in
yeah.
peace, Clintons. They're not around
They're
anymore.
out of business, or
But this one is a Magnify hard tea. It's called 99 cents because when you buy in Arizona,
It was
those
99
cans are
cents.
they're still 99
Oh
cents.
no, I'm pretty sure Magnify didn't charge you $4 for a 4-pack.
Well, no, this didn't cost 99
Would you?
cents.
Is that false advertising? I don't know. I don't know. That's 99 cents.
But it's a hard green tea with honey.
Ooh,
Just
so
like
green
the
tea. You get all
Arizona
the-
green, yeah.
So it has. Does it have actual green tea in it?
Yes, it's made with green tea and it's made with honey.
That is.
It's a
fantastic.
6%.
Let's see how it tastes. I'm kind of like anxious
I mean,
now.
I've never. The only other hard tea I've ever had was twisted tea. Right? Have you ever had twisted tea?
Maybe years ago, yes. But
And-
I've had ones that were like spirit ones, like sweet tea,
I love sweet tea.
whiskey stuff, and it's interesting that color. I was expecting
Looks like a beer.
Yeah, I was expecting,
And I wasn't expecting as
but
much
green
foam.
tea is lighter though. So,
But I wasn't expecting the foam.
Yes,
Because the
head on
foam means more carbonation.
Let me get that nose on it. See,
What stinks? Is that you? That's you.
get the nose. Get the nose.
Get to know. Oh,
There's something.
wait, it's this.
There's something going on there, man.
Oh, I don't know if I can drink that.
There was something. I don't know what that was, dude.
I thought some. I
thought I
thought you tooted a little bit. I'm not gonna, I looked for the dogs.
I said get the nose. I said get the nose.
I looked for the dogs. I'm gonna let that settle. All right. All right. Should we try? Did you
I
try,
did. I
you
tried
get
it.
All right. I mean, at least it doesn't taste like it smells.
Yeah, yeah. It's interesting. I definitely get green tea on this.
And I definitely get honey.
Yeah,
Oh, I get a lot of honey.
yeah. I think the problem, John. I think there's an issue here. We were anticipating something like a sweet tea. I think
Like-
more like
Yeah. Yeah.
more like I think we were thrown off with that. It's tea.
It's tea.
You're getting that tea.
It's interesting how this is. What I say, 7%. How this is so high in
Yeah.
alcohol. It's not boozy one bit.
Yeah.
It's even though there was foam pouring out, it's not carbonated at all.
Yeah. I think it is carbonated.
It seems flat to me.
No, I'm pretty sure there's carbonation, man.
I'm already
It's definitely carbonation, John. Definitely carbonation.
I'm already burping it.
Yeah. Definitely carbonation.
So I went to Magnify on a Tuesday afternoon, thinking in my head it was a Wednesday. And the beautiful people at Magnify, it's one of our favorite breweries.
Yeah.
I walked in there, and the guy's like, I'm sorry, we're closed. And I was like, I didn't realize. I said, I just wanted a 4-pack at 99 cents. He's like, no problem, I'll get it for you. He was so nice. We talked for a little bit. They were canning at the time. And he warned me. He's like, I told him I do a beer pot. And he's like, wait a minute, it's not beer, though. And he told me, he's like, it's not beer.
Yes.
You know, and I know it's not beer.
And the guy was nice enough to sell you a
They were
4-pack
awesome,
when
man.
they were
That's
closed,
what I said.
which
He
was
was
pretty cool. Awesome.
He said, I'm not going to turn you away.
Yeah, that's awesome about them.
We love Magnify.
All right. Well, might feel like maybe should have turned you away after I say this right now. I'm not feeling it. I'll be honest with you. I'm not really feeling it. I felt like I was expecting one thing and I'm getting another thing. The nose is not great on it.
No, not at all.
It's almost it's going. I don't know this. Hey, awesome stuff. Magnify because they're willing
Hey.
to experiment and try something.
They went out of
daring.
their norm
their
and
elements. They got out of their element on this. I'm just.
What's that goddamn smell though? What could that possibly be? What is that? It's like fart spray. What is it? Why would it smell that way?
I don't know, man. Something was off there. Something just wasn't right. I'm not feeling it, and
Did you leave this on the counter again, Magnify, instead of in the fridge? No, it was cold when he gave it to me. Hey, listen.
yeah,
We're not putting down the brewery. We love Magnify. We've done plenty of Magnify.
Yes,
It's still one of our favorite places.
Yes. I'm always throwing these guys some good reviews.
We tried something different from them.
Yeah.
Just because we're not feeling it doesn't mean you wouldn't like it, or
yeah.
they should stop making it.
I think it doesn't hurt that we had very, very high expectations because we were actually really looking.
I was
forward
thinking
to
more of
it.
a Twisted Tea type of deal.
Yes.
And I kind of like Twisted Tea a little bit.
Yeah.
Well,
It's-
I got 3 more at home. What am I? Well, Christmas presents, right?
throw them in the mix with mix of 4-packs. And now I feel bad because I had mentioned it to you to maybe try it out. No.
If it,
The nose is what's hurting
it's
right
the
now.
nose because
Yeah.
you smell it before you taste it, and it just makes you like, oh yeah.
It's got a unique smell. Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to keep talking on it.
Hey, good job, Magnify. For
This is why we
trying.
stick to our beer because maybe we're not the best critics of different things. And am I being nice? I don't know. But
No, it's
we
absolutely
do
right.
beer normally, so this is a change of pace for us. And yeah. But hey, awesome Magnify for trying new
Good try.
things. Yeah,
Hell
yeah. I think this one's a miss for me, but
Yeah.
yeah.
But and that's another thing. Like we're honest. Like we're not going to praise something that we don't like. We're going to be honest
For the most part.
for the most part.
Yeah. And we hate to be like that, but this one, I don't know. It was just that aroma when it came out. John thought I farted. But.
If you look back, I'm looking because I really thought the dog was here, and I was like, "Oh man, what do you do?"
Yeah. So, all right, let's change this. We are jumping into something that we had talked about a couple weeks back, and it's something that me and John were able to watch this show,
yes.
and we're able to dive into it another time. We're local Jersey guys. There's a show on Netflix called The Watcher.
The Watcher. If you
Yeah.
haven't watched it, watch her.
Yes.
Watch The Watcher.
Watch The Watcher.
Watch The Watcher. If you haven't yet watched The Watcher,
Yes. It is okay. First and foremost, I'll say it is entertaining. But and I'm coming from someone who knows people who are from the town or who actually know the people that were in this show, or behind. They were not in the show, but they were based off the show, the husband and wife.
Okay.
And coming from that angle of things, it's not realistic, though. It's not at all.
Right.
It should be loosely based on a true story.
right?
The people who actually the show was the couple never actually even lived in the house. They never moved in there.
Really?
No.
Oh, I did not know that.
No. They never did. They owned the house for quite some time. They're doing construction for quite some time.
And they never moved in.
No, but then I guess I don't know if the whole
So what
notes
made
thing,
them not? Because of the notes.
Maybe, yeah.
All right. Spoiler alert. Right. Spoiler alert. If you've never seen The Watcher, and you
Oh
wanna see
yeah, I
it,
should have said that first.
we're going to talk about it. So
Yes. Sorry.
fast forward or stop watching.
Yes, there was a lot going on with that.
So basically, based on a true story, this is based on a true story, but we can embellish for entertainment purposes. So
Yes.
They embellished a lot, apparently.
They embellished a lot. They even included stories. At one point of the show, there was a guy that had murdered his family that was involved, that they said lived in that house. There was a story about a guy in Westfield that murdered his family. He had absolutely nothing to do with the show The Watcher or the plot in The Watcher, but they decided to incorporate that into the show.
Because they were trying to throw like a paranormal edge, like it's the ghosts of the people he
Yes,
killed.
the paranormal edge. They wanted to do a lot of Westfield history, which once again I'm gonna get into a little other thing that they added about Westfield. Westfield was put on the map as well for the guy who wrote The Addams Family.
Get out of here.
Yes. So they actually have a tavern there called Adams Tavern, which is based on
Really?
a lot of the Addams Family things. Yeah. So he wrote the Addams Family.
I love the Addams Family.
So let me ask you, John, when you're watching the show, are there any two characters that may kind of resemble anyone from the Addams Family? Think about a crazy neighbor and her
Gomez?
No, a crazy neighbor and her weird son that was, I don't know if he was...
He was all like autistic or...
Yes.
Pugsley?
Wednesday Addams and Uncle Fester. She had the braids like Wednesday.
She did.
And the guy was bald like Uncle Fester and was kind of, a little creepy.
Right.
So...
You really think that was done on
I
purpose?
was told by someone who was from that area that it was supposed to be... She was made out to look like Wednesday Addams.
Get out of here.
And he was supposed to be like Uncle Fester, just to include more of that Westfield history.
Oh, that's pretty damn cool, man.
But you know what's not damn cool is these people who live there now. I mean...
I'm going to do this.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. I just feel like doing this.
It just felt right?
It just felt right.
All right.
I think it's screwed up, though, that they give the real address. Because now people are
Yes.
flocking to this house, which looks nothing like the one in the show. It's just on the hill, almost, like,
Yes. It was filmed in, like, New York.
Mansion, yeah. And then the one in Westfield is just like every house that's on the block.
Yeah. Yes. And they gave out their real address. Now there's, like, lines of people trying to get into the block to view the house that it happened. They really embellished a bit too much. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I think these people who live there now, I don't know if they're getting any kind of dime for this show.
I'm sure they're not.
And they should be thinking about suing Netflix or something because...
Look, it was an entertaining show. But when you know the history and stuff and based on a true story, I guess because we're New Jersey guys and you were close to the place, we're like...
Yeah. I owned a restaurant in the town next door, so I was always
Yeah,
in that area.
yeah,
I was making
yeah.
food deliveries, things like that over there. So
Did you ever deliver to that house?
I may have. I don't know.
Have you ever gotten a letter?
Just that I was the most handsome guy in the town.
No, that was me.
Oh, that was you, wasn't
was
it?
me. That was me.
All right.
This show, though, in all was cool.
It's
it's got
that's the only thing I could say. It's entertaining.
It had popular actors in it and
Yes,
actresses, right?
yes.
Naomi Watts was in it.
Yes.
The lead male was I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but he's in a lot of stuff.
He's from Union City, I think. Another Jersey guy.
The next door neighbor, Richard Kind, he's a character actor in a lot of movies.
Yes,
You
yes. And then the wife, the one wife, she was in Sneaky Pete. If you guys any Sneaky Pete fans,
No, I don't know what that is.
That was a good show. Yeah.
And the neighbor with you said it's supposed to look like Wednesday Addams. That's Jane Fonda.
No, it wasn't.
Jane Fonda.
Are you really?
Jane Fonda.
I don't believe it.
It was Jane Fonda.
I don't believe it. I need proof on that one. But
But the show, all in all, I thought was really good. But right, there was like they put in like the paranormal. Am I wrong?
that didn't look like Jane Fonda at all. You got to IMDb that, man.
Is that what it is?
IMDb Jane Fonda.
But anyway,
Jamie? So, yes, it was entertaining. I wouldn't tell someone not to watch it. I say watch it. It's cool. But don't take it like it's truth, because it's not at all. There's too many spins in there. They were trying to include so many things about Westfield history and things about that and trying to incorporate things. And it was very unrealistic at times, especially with the one character, the camera guy. And the camera guy said, yes, I installed a camera in your bedroom because I thought you were, what? I'm thinking in my head, wait, you installed a camera. You're a camera guy. Your profession is installing cameras, and you install a camera in someone's bedroom without asking permission. You're going to jail. Right. I'm sorry.
Mia Farrow, not Jane Fonda.
Oh, Mia
Same.
All right. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. It's not Jane Fonda.
It's not Jane Fonda. No, you're right. Mia Farrow. Same name.
All right.
I don't know. Whatever.
But think about it, though. Back to what I was saying.
Mia Farrow. That's a big name.
If someone installed a camera in your bedroom
and then banged your daughter,
and then banged your daughter,
you'd be very angry.
And then here's an even crazier thing. They said he was in the bedroom with a 17-year-old girl. Where does it say how old she was?
Yeah.
They didn't know who the girl was.
I think she was like 15 in the show.
Yeah. No one knew who she was, first and foremost. How did they know that she was 17?
And then when the cops came and the dad's like, this guy was sleeping with my 15-year-old daughter, they were like, oh, no, she was 16. Because they're like, oh, that's 16. It's
16 and
consensual.
19, yeah.
It's consensual.
Yes, and I don't know. I'm like, like I said, this is not realistic. I'm like, first and foremost, and especially, he's like, yeah, I installed the camera in your bedroom. No, you're going to jail. Two, there was a 17-year-old girl when he was sleeping in the bed. There was a creepy girl walking around.
Oh, the ghost girl.
Yes,
That never really got resolved on who that was.
no, I think it was someone that the one woman knew. I think that's what it was. I think someone knew. I forget. Now
Yeah?
I'm forgetting. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Anyway,
I've watched other shows since then.
Yes, and how did they know she was? I don't know. It didn't make sense to me.
Because it was supposed to be the daughter who died in the house, who got killed by the guy.
Yes, but no one knew who she was, and so therefore you shouldn't know her age.
Yeah.
So it didn't make sense.
And he's like, "Look, I'm sleeping. I'm not even doing anything when I'm
in
sleeping."
the video, he was sleeping the whole damn time. Yeah, that makes sense. But we're not, like I said, once again, we're not saying don't watch it, but it was just weird and just that they.
And it was a mystery that was never solved. And the end of the show ends with it was never solved, and it leaves you wanting more, which is could be a disappointment, I guess.
Yeah.
But if you watch it as a show without knowing the history, like I said, if you're from another state and you didn't know that this really is based on a story from around here, maybe as a show, you would like it.
Yes.
It's like I say about All Saints and Many Saints of Newark.
Yes.
If you're looking for Sopranos, it's a shitty movie. If you're watching it as a movie on its own, it's a good movie.
Pretty decent. Yeah.
If you're watching The Watcher as just a show, you're going to enjoy it.
Yes.
If you think it's based on a true story from the people around the corner, it didn't really happen that way.
Yes, exactly. What else is coming up this week, though, just before we start closing things out here?
Veterans Day.
Veterans Day. We always and will always appreciate what the people who served our country
Thank
have
you
done.
all for your service.
Thank you, veterans. I know quite a few myself, and I'm very thankful for anything and everything that they have done.
My brother-in-laws were both
which are my cousins. Yeah.
your cousins. Yeah.
Yep. So we appreciate it, and we'll be paying our respect to all you guys on Veterans Day, and you know, we should do it every day. So always respect those who have served our country. And
Veterans Day is always November 11th every year, which is your brother's birthday.
Happy birthday, Dave. Yeah.
He listens to every show, so we want to say happy birthday
Happy
to
birthday.
you.
And Dave has actually given us a couple beers. We might have a couple new ones from him.
Yeah, he was just in Chicago, and we did Chicago beers from him the last time, and he brought us some new beers from different breweries in Chicago.
Some new.
So we got some cool stuff coming in the weeks ahead.
Cool.
It's coming to the holiday season, right? So Thanksgiving's coming up soon.
Yes, and pretty soon we'll be
Then Christmas is coming up soon.
hitting our 1 year anniversary.
1 year anniversary. Who
Wow.
would've thought?
Wow.
I never would have thunk it.
Yes, I mean, this started out as just an idea where we were kind of like, let's spend $100 on some equipment, and then it turned to like, John, I don't think we could do this for $100. We need at least $200.
Yeah.
And we bought some mics and did this and did that. We've upgraded some equipment since then.
We've shifted, right? Go check out our first episode, right? I don't know.
Our lighting has gotten progressively better.
Yeah. Oh no, we shifted the camera
Because we are filming in my basement, which is dark, and we only have two little tiny windows in here.
Yes.
So we try our best to make it as lit as we can, but I'll be quite honest with you, you may not want to see us fully lit because we're not that good looking.
No.
So,
I mean, look at me. Look. I've trimmed down because we keep doing these clips, and I look at myself, and I'm like, oh man. But maybe we'll do something cool for our 1 year anniversary.
we're starting to talk about it.
Yeah,
we'll see.
starting to talk about it.
Maybe we'll see, but
Who knows
no matter
what we
what,
can
it'll
pull
be
out.
special. Today on our bourbon note, we have Wild Turkey Decades.
Yes, sir.
This one is this is solid. They do all these fancy Wild Turkey ones. They have a rye that was similar to this. They have I think it was a 17-year as well. They do quite a few variations of this one, which it's a fun it's Master's Keep, so it's a fun one that if you see it in the stores, this is one that is not super cheap, but I would say it's worth the buy. Definitely buy it.
Okay. Is there different Wild Turkey variances? Or?
Oh, yeah, there's tons. Yeah, like
Now, they're their own brewery. They're not like...
distillery.
They're not like Buffalo Trace where there's like sub.
I think, yes, Wild Turkey. I think Wild Turkey actually, if anything, may be making stuff for other people as well.
They're the umbrella.
Yes, they're a big name there.
They're a big name.
And they're out of Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. This one is coming in at 104 proof. And the interesting thing about this is that it doesn't have a true age statement like where it was 11 year, 12 year, 13 year. It actually says it's 10 to 20 years. So it's a range. So that means they're blending ones that could be 20-year-old bourbon, and then they're taking ones that could be 11-year-old bourbon, and they're blending them and coming up with something that they think tastes fantastic.
Interesting.
So that's the cool thing about blended. A lot of distilleries do it. Your MGPs, it's just a cool way to. It's almost like more like I'm playing scientist with it and mixing things and doing things crazy. Where I'm like, let's just throw this in there and just to get that flavor profile you're looking for, as opposed to like a single barrel where you're not doing any kind of blending. But that's why I always say you can always respect a good single barrel a hell of a lot more than a blended because they did that without having to mix it.
Right.
So let's give this one a whirl.
Okay. We should have saved this
for like
our Thanksgiving episode.
I know.
I just thought about that in my head. I'm like, turkey.
Yeah.
Wild turkey. Thanksgiving. Turkey.
Yeah.
Too late.
I have other wild turkeys, though. I have other ones, so we could always bring it back. I actually have a wild turkey, which I'm not going to open.
With mashed potatoes.
With mashed potatoes. It's called Father and Son. It's one I was able to get my hands on. It's an international one, so it's one you can't even buy like at a store. You have to buy it like in an airport. It's just a special 13. I think it's a 13-year. And I traded an Elijah Craig 18-year for it with someone on this whiskey group. And
so what are you going to do with it if you're not going to open it?
I'm going to open it when my son becomes of age.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that.
And so I'm going to have my father and son.
I love that. I love that.
So that's the only reason I bought it. It's going to sit in the back of my cabinet for the next whatever years.
So when he turns 13.
That's the question. Do I do it when he's 18 or wait till he's 21? I think I should wait till he's 21 for that one. I should have like shittier bourbons before then, so that he could at least build the palate for it,
right?
And then by his 21st, I'd be like,
well, when he turns 21, that's what, like 15 years from now. We're gonna need more than that.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we'll still be doing this show.
Hopefully, I'll still be alive.
Yeah.
So,
I will.
So let's enjoy this one,
Cheers.
John. Cheers, buddy.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. They did great work with this.
I like that.
Yeah, it's smooth.
Very smooth.
But you feel that heat on the ends, right? You feel it in your chest. It's nice. This is like a nice cold winter day.
I don't mind it when you feel it in your chest. I don't like it when you feel it on your tongue and in your
You start to
mouth,
want to feel it in your chest. Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
You almost
Heats
confuse
up.
it with it's like you've had heartburn before.
Right.
But it's not heartburn.
Right. It's like a good feeling.
It's a comfortable warmth. Yeah.
It's like drinking like blackberry bourbon in the snow. You know what I mean? When it's cold. Like I'm not. Not blackberry brandy. I'm sorry, not blackberry bourbon.
Yeah. This is a good one, man.
It's a good comfort.
I wish I had gotten a couple bottles of this one, but I didn't. So
You want me to pour this back in?
Maybe the bottle was already empty and I poured something else in there and I'm pretending right now. But yeah, but I'm not. But I am not. I would not do that.
The Pub Suds and Grubs community is like, how do they not repeat a bourbon? Well,
yeah. I just buy empty bottles.
He buys
all the
empty
time.
bottles. Yeah.
But yeah, this is
awesome.
fantastic.
This is good stuff.
I love when they do these master keeps. The only problem is nowadays in the bourbon world, as a bourbon buyer / collector myself, is it's becoming too hip now. And bottles like this that were easy to get a year or two ago are becoming more and more difficult. Like I would see a bottle like this sit on a shelf for maybe a a month. You know, now you're lucky to see a bottle like this last a few days.
Right.
It's just too competitive now, and it ticks me off because I'm like, damn, I was drinking some really good stuff.
Do you think it's because of the bourbon boom?
It's yes, I think it's becoming more hip now, and
Because that's what seems. Everybody's like I said, like the craft beers became popular. Now it's like a bourbon thing.
yes,
Everybody's into the bourbon.
yes, yeah,
And like you said, I don't want to say hipster, but
it's hip.
drinking bourbon right now is the cool thing. Like,
Yeah.
you know, having a collection of bourbon is the cool thing.
Everybody pees their pants.
Yeah.
You're not
cool if you don't pee your
if
pants.
you don't pee your pants.
Well, peeing your pants is having all this bourbon.
It's
but
Billy Madison reference.
you're an older gentleman who has enjoyed your spirits from young to old, whereas the younger people now are just coming like, bourbon's the cool thing to do right now.
Yes,
We're just gonna go do the bourbon.
yes. I have a grown appreciation for it. Just coming from where I came from, as far as Scotch, Irish whiskey,
Right.
and then coming into the bourbon world,
You've put in your time.
a little bit more time than some of these hipster guys, but yeah. But not a lot of time, though. I'll have to say, it's still, to me, even though it's been like 6-7 years, it still feels like a new experience for me.
Well, it's new for me, man.
Yes, and you've come a
We're-
long
we're
way.
almost a year in.
Yes,
And,
and John likes bourbon, I think.
I don't not like bourbon.
Do we have to still try? Getting John to like bourbon.
Getting
That's how our
John
first
to like
episode.
bourbon,
That was a segment of our first episodes. Getting John to like bourbon.
Yep.
And after I thought he kind of was like, all right, he likes it.
Yeah. Mikey liked it.
Mikey liked it, and I don't have to do that segment anymore. Now we just finish with the bourbon at the end.
Yeah.
And I am giving him much better bourbon than I did back then
Uh-huh.
because I didn't want to give him like expensive bourbon when he had no clue what good
yeah.
bourbon was.
No, I felt out of the loop.
Yes, yes. But let's do let's finish this one off here, Johnny. Shout out.
Drowned Lands Brewery.
Shout out to Drowned Lands. Shout out to Beer Girl Melissa.
Beer Girl _Melissa on Instagram.
Dominooch, who is D0MINOOCH and on Instagram.
You'll never see him, but you'll always hear his name.
Yes, yes. He has his Instagram. Follow him. Shout out.
Shout out to Magnify. Good try.
So yeah, we said Drowned Lands, Magnify. Good try. Better luck next time.
It was a good try.
Yeah, hey man, kudos.
Just because I don't like it, don't
you guys
mean
are
anybody
experimenting.
else.
Yes, but we're not tea.
Yeah, this is new for us.
Yeah, this is new for us. So that's it might, to someone who drinks this normally, they might say you guys are freaking nuts, which we probably are. And shout out to Wild Turkey.
Shout out to our politicians.
Vote.
Shout out to
Or don't
you guys.
vote.
Go vote. Vote. Don't vote.
Shout out
I say
to all our veterans.
Shout out to all our veterans. Shout out to the people of Westfield.
And happy birthday to my brother. And
Happy birthday, Dave.
And cheers, John.
Cheers, Ken.
And as always, cheers
Cheers
to
to
you
you.
guys.
Peace.